What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Get ready for another episode of Jeffrey Gamer Tutorials, and it starts right now.
Linking on my brain. Okay. Linking on my brain. I got linking on my brain. Whoa.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Jeffrey Gamer Tutorials. And in this tutorial, I opted to not put my webcam up in the top left corner. I know, hold for size. But I made the mistake of doing tutorials and having the important files and stuff like that hidden behind the camera, because on my screen I can't see my camera up in the top left hand corner. Sometimes I forget it's there. For those that know me, memory of a fish. So I figured, you know what, this is an important tutorial. Let me just not put the camera up there, and that way I can use my whole screen. We're going to use the whole screen today, guys. So it's going to be a lengthy tutorial with an in-game showcase, and I want to show you the tips and tricks that go along with this tutorial and what we are going to install. Per the recommendation of my boy Criminal Justice, thank you, CJ, he said, man, Jeffrey, you got to get you a tutorial on how to install LSPDFR and everything you need to run LSPDFR. Now, every time somebody would ask me, one of my subscribers, I would always just send them CJ's way, which I don't mind. I'll send that guy people all day. You know what I mean? But he's got his subscribers, I got mine, and we share a lot of subscribers, which is awesome. And, it's only fitting that I have a tutorial on how to install LSPDFR, RagePluginHook, OpenIV, and ScriptHookV. Okay, guys? Like I said, it's going to be a lengthy one. I do have timestamps down below so that, you can skip this intro or, and just go to certain parts of the tutorial. As far as the OpenIV, you do not need OpenIV to run LSPDFR in its original form, okay? OpenIV is something you are definitely going to need when you start installing mods such as weapons, weapon sounds, EUP, which is a uniform menu, the vehicles, the police vehicles, if you have ELS and new sirens and stuff like that. By the way, I've got tutorials on all that stuff. So after we install these mods, you can go back to the LSPDFR tutorial playlist and just start putting cool stuff into your game. It's quite awesome. So OpenIV is not a necessity. If you want to just play LSPDFR the way it comes, then you can skip the whole OpenIV part. But I will tell you, it can get rather boring playing LSPDFR just the way it comes. It's still cool. There's still a lot you can do, but there's even more shit you could do when you have OpenIV in that. So definitely, I suggest go ahead and just install it since I'm here showing you. And if you don't use it, you don't use it, So let's go ahead and let's get started. We are going to be using our main directory, okay, guys? So I am going to show you how to get to your main directory. You're going to bring up your File Explorer, okay? And what I like to do, well, what I have to do, is mine is in my local disk C, okay? You might have it in a DE, an external hard drive, an HDD drive. Wherever you have it installed, you want to click that drive first, okay? So you click that. Now, for Steam users, or any users, usually you hit Programmed Files times 86. And right here is where you might have, if you bought it from Rockstar, it would be in the Rockstar games. If you bought it from Epic, it would be there, okay? But I'm not sure if this install works for Epic game users. I think there's a different way for doing that. Definitely what you want to do is check out, see, here I am. I'm going to send some over to Criminal Justice's Way. I believe uh, there's a different way of doing this for Epic users. But down below, I will send a link to Criminal Justice's install for Epic users. Okay, so I won't leave you hanging, guys. All right, so for Steam users, okay, just a recap. We went to the local disk, program files 86, Steam, Steam apps, and common. Now, if you haven't already, if you only have one Grand Theft Auto file right there and it's brand new, you just installed the game, pause this video. Okay? You're going to want to pause this video, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a copy of this file. Okay? And it's really, really easy to do. All you got to do is left click once, right click once, copy. Come down here, left click once, right click once, paste. You're going to see the box show up and it's going to say copying, and it takes like 15 or 20 minutes. But believe me, guys, if you start modding your game and you don't make copies or you mess something up and then you got to go, and you all know it could take up to 8 hours to download the full game. You don't want to wait that long. Take the 15, 20 minutes to back up your file. It could save you hours and days down the road. I hope it doesn't happen to you. I hope it doesn't happen. No. Folks, I hope it doesn't happen to you, but if it does, you will thank me, okay? So please back up your game file and get yourself going, okay? All right, so I'm just writing down notes as I go. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I have right here is my clean Grand Theft Auto. I do have ELS, and I did do an install. I did do an install on OpenIV. Not sure if I posted it though. So here in mine, you're going to see ELS. That was for a tutorial, and you're going to see a mods folder, okay? And then you'll see some ELS here, and then didn't put 8. Actually, you may have didn't put 8, okay? But yeah, you're going to see the OpenIV, the ELS, the mods folder. You're not going to see that, okay? That's quite all right. It's only in mine because it was for tutorial purposes. I have no LSPDFR. As you can see, I don't have a ScriptHookV. I don't have a Rage. So it's essentially it's a clean copy of Grand Theft Auto. Okay, guys. So what we want to do is minimize this box here. Okay, just minimize this box because we are going to be using it a lot. All right. First link you want to hit is the LSPDFR, and that's going to bring you to the LSPDFR homepage. Okay. Now, when you do, after this tutorial, if you don't know a safe place to go to get mods for your game, it's going to be lspdfr.com. And it's going to be this site right here, gta5-mods.com. Okay. Looks like this. It's got the green circle with the number 5 in it. These two sites, I've downloaded thousands of stuff from it and never had an issue with any of the files, okay? I did trail off when I first installed LSPDFR, and I downloaded something from an off-site, and I got a virus, guys. And I had to go take my computer in to get it wiped clean, and it cost me some money. So these are the only two sites I use. There are a few other ones I use in my tutorials, and those are safe too. Okay, guys, just so you know. So what we want to do is we want to download LSPDFR 0.4.7. Before we download this, let me tell you, if you do not already have a zip downloader, I suggest WinRAR. WinRAR is used by millions and millions of people for exactly what we're doing. It's free. There is a 3-month free trial. After the 3 months, it's gonna, every time you use it, it'll pop up a box. I'll show you what I mean. All you got to do is exit out of the box, and it's still free, guys. So if you don't have a zip downloader, pause the video again, go to WinRAR. I'll link it below. Download it. Takes 3 or 5 minutes, and you'll be all set to go. Okay, guys, come back to the video, and let's start the download. Okay, so click the download LSPDFR 0.4.7. And what mine does, no, let's click it. I guess I didn't click it, huh? Okay, so come on. Why is it acting fun? There we go. There we go. Okay, so it's going to bring you to this page right here. Some antivirus software programs mark LSPDFR as a virus. It's not a virus, okay, guys? If you install LSPDFR, or when you play LSPDFR, or when you download mods for LSPDFR, you got to make sure your antivirus and your malware programs are all turned off, because sometimes it just won't work with them on, okay? Because your computer's thinking it's a foreign download and it just won't work, okay, guys? Just remember to turn it back on if you're downloading non stuff from the 2 sites that I told you about, okay? So it'll tell you everything down here. If you're installing it for the first time, we strongly recommend that you do it on a clean copy of Grand Theft Auto without any other mods in that. And we're going to click this download this file right here. And we're going to scroll down here all the way down, agree and download. And what we want, guys, is the manual install.zip. Okay, so go ahead and download that. And for my WinRAR, it brings it right up here above my taskbar. Okay, and it'll start downloading. While it's doing that, let's go ahead and click the next link, which is going to be RagePluginHook. Okay, that's going to bring you right here, and you're just going to click the download now button, and you're going to select the Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's always going to be the top one, as these other ones will say no longer available. And this is version 1.78.1267.16039. Okay, so go ahead and download that, and that one's usually pretty quick. And while that's downloading, go ahead and click the ScriptHookV link. That's going to bring you to this page right here. And as you can see, this is version 1.0.1868.4. And right here where it says download, guys, go ahead and download that one. This one's super fast. As you can see, it's already downloaded. And as you're downloading these, you might get a little, a little collection of WinRAR files down here. That's cool. That's what we want. Lastly, guys, go ahead. If you decided you might as well, that you're going to just install the OpenIV, since we're here doing it, go ahead and click the OpenIV. If you're not going to put the OpenIV in, go ahead and look down to the timestamp and just skip this part here. Okay, guys? So we are going to download OpenIV 4.0. All right. And this one is a setup.exe. Okay, it doesn't let you manually do this one. So we're not going to open this one yet. Okay. What we want to do is, with your WinRARs down here, what I like to do is I like to open them, and I'll show you what I mean. I will click the arrow, I will open it, and it's going to bring up the WinRAR box. And here's that little purchase box that I was telling you about. You don't have to. I'm going to blow into my microphone from time to time because this Turtle Beach headset, it has a power saving mode that if it doesn't hear some noise revert back or whatever, it it shuts them off automatically, and it's super fucking annoying. It really is. Um, so what we want to do is you're just going to close out of this, okay? Once you close out of that, you can still, use WinRAR. So don't understand why they did that, but they did that. So once I do that, I like to minimize it so it brings it down here in that little WinRAR file. Go ahead and do the same thing with your RagePluginHook. Open it up, get rid of that little box there, close, and minimize that. And ScriptHookV, open, get rid of the Purchase Me box, and minimize. Now we are not going to exit out of our web browser because we're going to need the OpenIV OVI setup, okay? So minimize your web browser. And then go ahead and bring up your main directory again. For those that didn't minimize it and might have exited out of it, your local disk drive, whatever you have it installed into, program files, Steam, Steam apps, Common, Grand Theft Auto. It's going to bring you right here. Like I said, yours might look different than mine, but not by much. I have a couple of extra folders in here, but don't worry, guys. I'm going to show you how to get these folders. All right. So first thing, I really need to make sure that, okay, got to make sure my microphone's still recording because I got to this point before and I already tried to do this. Got to this point and didn't realize that my microphone wasn't recording because it automatically shut off. I was pissed, but whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up, see how we got them all nice down here, all ready to go. Let's go ahead and bring up the LSPDFR WinRAR. You're going to see all these files right here, guys. Make sure when you bring up your File Explorer, you want a little bit of room, and you want to pull it over to the left and right. You want to stretch it out just a little bit. So you got this buffer zone right here. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this buffer zone and how to drop your files in because you can mess stuff up right here, okay, guys? So what you're going to do is you're going to okay. What you're going to do is okay, what you're going to do down here is you're going to left click right here and you're going to drag all the way up, okay, guys, to LSPDFR. You don't need to select licenses, okay? Just go to LSPDFR. So all of these are going to be highlighted from input 1 underscore 4.dll to LSPDFR. Okay, guys? Don't do nothing yet. Let me show you something first. This is that important part on why we need this buffer zone. When you left click and hold it and drag these over, as long as nothing highlights, which it won't when you're in this little buffer zone. Now, if you end up getting a little too close, boom, you see that highlight? You see how those highlight and then these ones don't highlight, but then you get to the GTA 5 and those highlight and then these ones don't and then that one does. If you've got anything highlighted, do not drop those files because if you do, whatever is highlighted is going to suck in all the files that you're putting in it and you will mess everything up, guys. Use this buffer zone right here, okay? So go ahead and left click all your highlighted files except for licenses. Left click them once, drag it to this little buffer zone, make sure nothing's highlighted, and drop it. Once you drop it, you'll see these start going in, and then boom, LSPDFR is in your game. You will now see you have a plugins folder, an LSPDFR folder, and you got all this stuff down here. This stuff you really don't go into. It's just for the game, but we will be using it, okay? These things up here. So LSPDFR is installed. Go ahead and hit your refresh button. That unhighlights everything, and we can exit out of our LSPDFR 4.7 WinRAR, okay? I think the next thing we should install is, let's go ahead and install the ScriptHookV. This is a simple install. Okay, guys? We still have our main directory up. We have our ScriptHookV up here. And all you're going to want to do is double click the bin, and you are going to highlight, hold on your control key, unhighlight this one if it highlighted for you. We don't need that top folder with the 2 dots. All we need, guys, is dinput8.dll, scripthookv.dll. Okay? The native trainer is, in my opinion, an awful trainer. I go with simple trainer. A lot of people go with simple trainer. And I do have a tutorial on how to install simple trainer. Definitely check out that tutorial and get that installed in your game. Trust me, you'll love it. Okay? Native trainer, I don't like it. You could put it in if you want, but I suggest not putting it in. Just go ahead and put in the dinput8.dll, scripthookv.dll, and same thing, guys. Left click it once, drag it to your buffer zone, make sure nothing's highlighted, and let it go. It's going to say that it's going to want to replace some files. Go ahead and click replace, and that is all set. So go ahead and exit out of your ScriptHookV WinRAR, keeping your main directory up and open. Let's go ahead and bring up our RagePluginHook WinRAR. All right, so guys, we have files that are in here that are also in here, but we are going to overwrite those, okay? So what we want to do is the same thing we did with LSPDFR. You're gonna click and you're gonna highlight all these from 1_4 up to licenses, but we are going to unselect licenses. Hold down your control key, unselect licenses, and unselect SDK. Okay. So all we want are these files right here. You want plugins, and then cursor 32.2.png all the way down. Okay, let go of your control key. Left click all these blue files. Same thing, guys. Bring them to this buffer zone and drop them. Okay. Replace these files. Yep, we want to replace those. And boom. Hit your refresh button right there. It unhighlights everything. Folks, you are pretty much ready for LSPDFR. But there are a few more steps we have to do to complete the installation. Go ahead and exit out of your RagePluginHook. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to go up here in your main directory. Okay. You're going to see this LSPDFR folder. Go ahead and double click that. Okay. Now click LSPDFR configurator. Okay. Once you click that, what this is going to do is this is going to finalize the installation. Go ahead and click next. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to please accept the plugin hook license. Go ahead and show license, and it'll give you a countdown because it thinks that it takes you 4 seconds to read all that. Go ahead and hit accept. All right, and then once it does that, it'll say change settings. We recommend disabling the version text rendering and setting all plugins to load at startup. Click the show settings button. Okay. What that's going to do is that's going to bring up your RagePluginHook. Okay, guys. Now, F4 is your console key when you get into your game, and I'll show you that when we get in there. Okay. So F4, anytime you do mods or anything, take F4 out of the equation. This button is going to be designated for Rage. All right. Plugin timeout threshold. I suggest putting this to 20,000. Now, the more mods you put into your game, you want to raise this up. Like right now, you can only go to what is it? Yeah, 60,000. Start with 20 right now. My main LSPDFR file is at 60 because I have so many plugins, so many mods. So the more mods you put in, if you start noticing your game crashing a little bit during load up, try this first. You're going to come in here, and I'll show you how to get into it. And you're going to just raise this up. Just keep raising it up by like 5,000, okay? So right now, just start it at 2,000. go ahead and click this plugins tab right here, okay, guys? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click load these plugins on startup. Click check all. It's going to check that. Now, as you start watching some tutorials on mods and plugins and that, you'll start to see them load up right here. Like my main LSPDFR file, this whole thing is full of plugins, okay? And then what you want to do, once you check all and it checks it, you're going to click this box that says load all plugins on startup. And there you can see it's loaded up. And then go down here and click save and close. Okay, once you do that, it's going to say this dialog can be shown again by holding down your shift key, and I will show you how to do that, okay? So click OK, and it should now tell us that hasn't done it yet. Come on, come on. Huh, usually it tells you, okay, you've completed it. Let me try going back in and seeing why it didn't. Plugins, that. Load these plugins, check all, save and close. You know what, let's click the do it for me button. Let's see. Well, maybe it's just taking a little bit. Yeah, usually there's a green check mark that comes right here, and it says that your LSPDFR has been successfully installed or something like that. Let me try clicking out of that. Let me try going back into this. So next. I don't know why I did that. Weird, guys. Hold on. Let me just go through it again just to make sure. I mean, it's okay. Trust me. If it doesn't work, let me try to do it for me. Okay, there we go. If it didn't work for you, just if your thing kind of froze like mine did, just go back into it and click the do it for me option. But it's okay because I'm going to show you how to go into it anyways, okay? Now, first thing we want to do is go into the LSPDFR file right here. These are called INI files, okay? They got the little sprockets, okay? As you start modding your game and all that, you'll start noticing INI files and you'll start getting used to working with them. What you want to do, guys, is double click that LSPDFR, and right here where it says main.preloadAllModels equals true, just put your cursor at the end of true, backspace, and then put in false. What that's going to do is that's going to prevent you from getting texture loss during your game where your buildings and your roads start disappearing, because believe me, LSPDFR and all that, it's huge. It's a big file that you're putting into an already big file. So setting this to false helps you minimize, if not eliminate, texture loss. All right. So once you have that set to false, go ahead and hit File. Always save your INI files if you change them. Click Save, and we can exit out of that. And let's go into keys. You see right here above the blue box where it says keys, there's that little sprocket. Those are our INI files. Double click that. And I'm going to bring this up big so we can see it. Wow, that's bright. All right, guys. So these are your keys. You know what? We don't need it that big. That is just super, super. Okay. That was almost like purgatory. All right. So these are your keys that are in the game. All right, guys. It's going to tell you what keys to use. Go to File and click Print. If you have a printer at home, print this out. If you don't have a printer, you need to write this stuff down, man, because it's helpful to know. It's just very helpful, because when you're in your game, you don't know what the hell button to push. You have this that you can revert back to. Okay, guys? But first thing you want to do is highlight this none right here. Okay? Highlight the word none, right click, copy it. Okay? What we're going to do is this pursuit menu controller key, highlight that, right click, paste. Set that to none. Trust me, it's a pain in the ass if you don't do it while you're in your game. All right. Crime report. Same thing, guys. It's that B button, but the B button is also your backup. So it binds with it. You don't need the crime report B or key, so highlight that B, right click, paste. All right. And then for controller, it'll always say controller key, and then obviously you got the Q, the E, D-pad right, which is controller. These are all, I didn't mess with mine. As you start playing, you're going to notice, okay, let me go in here and let me change these around. But this keys file is very important when you start putting other mods in your game, because you might have mods where the D-pad right is going to clash. And if that happens, this is where you want to go. Okay, guys? So go ahead and click File, save that, and we can exit out of this INI file, guys. All right, so go back to your main directory, and I want to say we're all set on that. Let's go ahead, minimize out of your main directory for now. Don't exit, minimize out of it. Bring your web browser back up, and now we have our OVI setup. Okay, guys? So we are going to want to open that. And with that there, let's go ahead and minimize our web browser so we just have our OpenIV box right here. And we want English, unless you're Russian, then you want Russian. And just click Continue. And you're going to want to accept the terms of agreement and click Continue again. Now, right here, well, let me take a sip of my, hold on one second, guys. I'm going to cover my mic so you don't hear me drinking my Red Bull here. You might have still heard that. Oh, well. All right, so leave this alone. Okay, you don't want to touch anything here. Make sure install OpenIV to this computer is highlighted. Create desktop icon is checked. If this run OpenIV after installation is checked, uncheck it. Okay, you don't want that checked. Don't click this. I don't even think it'll let you even do that. And you can't change this path. So usually they have it set up so the way they want you to install it is just like this. So go ahead and click Continue. And it says, do you want to continue? Make sure you got the memory for it, the disk space, and just click yes. And you're going to see this green bar go. Oh, this is a simple install, guys. Simple install. Man, when all this is said and done, you guys are going to absolutely love it. And there you can see it brings OpenIV up right down here, or gives you a desktop icon. Installation of OpenIV has been completed successfully. So go ahead and close out of that. All right. Okay. So now that it's been installed, go ahead and double click your OpenIV, because we are not done installing it yet. See, once you double click it, actually I didn't show you, I'm sorry guys. When you double click it, obviously you're going to want the Grand Theft Auto V for Windows. Okay, so click that. Now, this is where you got to find the Grand Theft Auto location. In other words, your common folder, your main directory. So you're going to click Browse. And you're pretty much going to do the same thing we did when we found our main directory. So you're going to click your disk drive that it's installed in, Program Files times 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and there it is. Click that Grand Theft Auto so that your Grand Theft Auto folder is right down here. Once you see it down there, click Select Folder, and you should see green text that says this folder can work. There it is. OpenIV can work with this file. Once you see that, once you have the Grand Theft Auto file in there, go ahead and click this Continue right there. Okay, don't forget to back up your original files, which we already did, I hope. Click Continue, and it's going to search for the encryption key, which is in your game. That's what links the two together. And it's going to run OpenIV once it does its thing. Now, like I said, you don't have a mods folder. You could see I have a mods folder here. the Time64 update, the ELS. Yours might not say that, but this is what you want to do. You want to go and click your edit mode. I don't know if you have to click edit mode to do this, but click it. It's okay. And you're going to go to Tools, okay? You're going to go to ASI Manager. Now, mine are green, okay? But yours, I'll show you. Uninstall these. This is what yours look like. I'll just uninstall them all so I can show you. Okay? Now, this is what yours probably looks like, okay? They're all blue. What we want to do, ASI Loader is what connects OpenIV with your Grand Theft Auto, so it works, okay? Install that, and that's going to turn green. OpenIV.asi is what is going to give you your mods folder. This is what links all your mods and stuff, your certain mods that are in that folder with your Grand Theft Auto. Go ahead and install that. And Open Camera, not really sure what the hell that is, but it's there, so I install it. Doesn't hurt nothing. So now that all three of your boxes are green, you can go ahead and close out of that. You will now have a mods folder, not only here, but also in your main directory. So for now, we are all set with OpenIV. You now have OpenIV installed in your game. You can now go check out some of my tutorials that show you how to put in police vehicles, change textures, sirens, weapons, all sorts of stuff. Folks, check it out. It's pretty awesome. So we can exit out of our OpenIV. Okay. And now you have this little desktop icon. You can always bring it down. As you see, I already have one down there. So I am going to get rid of this one because I don't need it there. I have it down in my thing there. Bring your main directory back up. And what we want to do is right here in our main directory, scroll down. We're in our Grand Theft Auto main directory. Scroll down till you get to the RagePluginHook right here, guys. You're going to want to left click it once, right click it, and send to desktop to create a shortcut, guys, okay? And I want to say that we are all set to do the in-game. No. Here we go. Yes. All right. Inside my mods folder, as you can see, I have an update and a Time64. Your mods folder might be empty right now, okay, guys? As a matter of fact, I believe it's totally empty right now. So click back so you're in your main directory. This is super important for when you're using OpenIV. You want to go to Time64, left click it, right click it, copy. Go to your mods folder, double click it. Then down here, you want to left click, or anywhere because yours is empty, right click, paste. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to see the green box pop up, and you're going to start copying that Time64 inside your mods folder. Once that starts copying in here, click back again, go to update right here, right above Time64, you'll see an update folder. Right click that, copy it. Go inside your mods folder again by double clicking it. Down where there's nothing written, you got open space, right click, paste. You're going to see it's okay to do it at the same time. You will see both of them start downloading, your update and your Time64. These Time64C, Time64E, these you'll start getting more in here over time as you start installing things through OpenIV. Anything you do in OpenIV transfers over here, and vice versa. Anything you do in your main directory transfers over to OpenIV. That's that ASI manager. So all you need for right now is the update in the Time64 folder copied inside your mods folder. Okay, guys? You want to take them from your main directory, our Grand Theft Auto main directory, where we have our RagePluginHook and our Grand Theft Auto. Okay? You want to copy Time64 and update and paste them inside your mods folder. All right, guys? That takes a little bit. Again, 15, 20 minutes, but it's something you got to do. Do it, pause the video, come back to the video, okay? And now that that is all done, we can exit out of our main directory, okay? And what we want to do is you can bring this Rage right down here into your taskbar here. And what we want to do is your left shift key. You're going to click this Rage Rockstar icon. And once you click it, if you're going to click it here, you're going to double click it and then hold down your left shift key. If you're going to click here, just click it once, hold down that left shift key as soon as you click it, okay? What that's going to do is that's going to bring up this page right here. This message is critical. It can back up your current version. You want to click yes, okay? And it'll create a backup in case anything happens or there's an update with Grand Theft Auto and you have to go back to a different version of Rage. This allows you to do that, okay, guys? And there's always going to be people out there, tutorials. Join my Discord and, you know, criminal justice or anybody. And there's always updates on if that stuff, you know, when that stuff pops up. So you might get this right here where, and then if you're Steam, go ahead and click yes. And it's going to do a first time setup, which is cool. All right. And you might get all this stuff if you're playing it. If not, it might just load right into the game for you. But yeah. Hope everybody's being happy, and I hope everybody's healthy right now. I hope your friends and family are happy and healthy. It's a crazy world out there, guys. Crazy world. But you got to keep smiling, right? So once we did that, it is now going to, this isn't something you got to go through every time. It's just a first time thing that you got to do it. And usually once it's done, it will load up your game. All right, guys, so here we are in the game. And depending on where you are, you know, in your missions, it'll load up wherever your last save was. So in my case, I had beat the Grand Theft Auto game. That's why the whole map is open. I do recommend that one thing you have to do is before you install LSPDFR is you're gonna want to at least complete the first two missions, the prologue in the beginning of Grand Theft Auto. What I mean by that is the heist that happens in North Yankton. It's winter time and you're doing the bank heist. Those first couple of missions and the one where I think Michael's leaving the psychologist's office or something. You definitely want to complete those two missions, or three missions it might be, before you install LSPDFR. Also, the map, unless you beat the game or you download somebody else's saved game and put those files into your files, your map will not be fully unlocked, okay? So if you're installing LSPDFR on a already beat Grand Theft Auto, then you're good. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that stuff. But if you just installed Grand Theft Auto and you're putting in LSPDFR, before you install this, before you follow this tutorial, go to your game, play the first few missions, and then install it. And then you could play story mode with LSPDFR installed, and it won't, you know, it won't affect anything. Like right now, I could totally go and complete missions and all that because I'm not on duty as a cop, okay? So, when you come into your game, you are going to notice a couple of things, okay? First being, you will now see these police station badges on your map, okay? Those are police stations that you can go into and go on duty. Now, you will also see a tab right here called LSPD, you know, labeled LSPDFR. What you're going to want to do, unless you want to be a cop, is Michael, Franklin, or Trevor, which most people don't. Some people do. You're going to want to go to this. First thing you're going to want to do is go to this LSPDFR tab, click it, go to character, and go to switch character. Okay, what that's going to do is that is going to bring you to your create a character, kind of like you're online where you create a character, and you're just going to want to create a character real quick, okay? I'm just going to blow through this just so, I can kind of show you the ways of doing, you're going to go through and you're going to pick your heritage and your features and your appearance. And then you're going to save and continue, and we're just going to keep this guy. So, and then you're going to select use, okay? Now, it should bring you into an apartment. All right, this is going to be your apartment, and this is going to be your police officer whenever you play LSPDFR. Now, you can go in and create, different officers and such, and you don't have to be stuck with just this one. And you do that by the same thing. You go in, you hit pause, go to LSPDFR, and create a character, and then you can switch in that same menu. You can switch around your characters. So you can either get in your car, hit your pause button, find your nearest police station, and we'll go to this one right here. This is going to be your car. You could steal a car. Just like it says right there, you can replace your character's default vehicle by driving in front of the garage with a new vehicle. So, let's say I wanted that Audi that's right there across the street. Now be careful because you are not a cop yet, okay? So, if you steal cars and such, you can get a wanted level. First, I should have moved this one out of the way first, because you need to see that you gotta have that little blue thing, that little blue blip be exposed so you can park your car there. Okay, so there isn't one there. Doesn't matter. It'll pop up once you pull your car in front of that garage there. Okay. Yep, there it is. So you go here, and then you hold down your right D-pad, and then boom, this is now your vehicle whenever you load up the game. There is also, if you hit your M button, it's going to bring up your interaction menu, okay? And here it's got engine always on. It's got, some options for you. It's got settings. In the settings, you can change your location. You can go from the apartment to Hillcrest, and if you click that, okay, and you back up, your apartment is now right here, okay? And it's a house. It's one of the houses in Vinewood Hills. It's got the real nice interior, overlooks the city, but we're not going to go there right now. You could check that out when you guys come in and play the game, okay? So, just so you know, my game loaded right up, no issues. As soon as I click my Rockstar link, it loaded up, and no crashes. It's running really smooth. If you have any crashes or anything like that, check back, make sure you did all the steps, make sure you follow the tutorial to the T, okay? It's very finicky, and if you put one thing in the wrong spot, it can throw your whole game off. Also, if your game crashes, one thing you can do is you can go to validate your game files, okay? And what that does is that kind of puts your files and makes sure they're all in the right spot. I do have a video on that, and I will link that in the description as well on how to validate your game files. So I'm just writing it down in my notes so I don't forget to put that in there. So yeah, if you go to load it and it crashes or whatever, just go to Steam, go to watch that tutorial on how to validate your files, validate them, and that should get you rolling. But you shouldn't have any issues, guys, any issues at all. The way I showed you is the proper way to put it in. As you can see, I'm playing right now, no crashes, no nothing. So, first time at a police station, you're going to walk in the police station here. And some, it will allow you to walk in. Others, you just hit the D-pad to enter in there. And it will bring you up to where you can go on duty, okay? You click the go on duty, and it's going to load it in. Now, this is where all your plugins, if you go and watch my tutorials and you load in Police Smart Radio, call outs, all that other good stuff, you'll see them all start to load up on the left side of your screen. But because this is a fresh install, we have no plugins, we have no callouts. We're using just the regular LSPDFR ones. Now, you can go to Police Locker, and you can choose between the different agencies, and they all have different uniforms. You got Los Santos Sheriff Department, Highway Patrol, but a lot of them, some of these will not let you choose, and I don't know why. That's weird. You got FBI, IAA, and this is like a animal control, I believe, or Parks Ranger. Okay, but we're gonna go with the LSPD, and you got different variations: detective, senior officer, your inventory, patrol with a stun, and you go to confirm, and then you can go down to the police garage and choose your vehicle. Now, these are all of your vanilla LSPDFR cars. Actually, no. I do have... Yes, these are the... I was going to say, well, wow, they got the... Yeah, these are your LSPDFR police vehicles, okay? And you got your motorcycle, your North Yankton, you know, your FIB cars, your Ranger truck. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to knock out. Now, you could also go to modifications. You can get armor, brakes, engine, you know, suspension, all that stuff. And you're going to go to select and continue. And that is going to load you outside of the police station, inside your vehicle. And we are ready to take calls. Now, just a few things I want to go over with you. If you hit your M button and you go to police radio, this makes you available for calls, which means dispatch will from time to time send you a call. The more call outs you install, the more random calls and different calls you are going to get. You could always request a call, okay? Let's request a call.
Attention all units. We've
got and once it pops up, if you wish to respond to dispatch, you just hit your left D-pad while that screen is still. Once you hit that, you accept the call, okay? So now there's a robbery, and you know, just turn your lights on, and you are responding to that call now. Pretty cool, right, guys? So I'll show you, you know, when you respond to the call, and then how to, if you see somebody, you know, doing if you see somebody doing a traffic, you know, breaking some sort of traffic rule, I can also show you. Now you can see there's a timer on the bottom right hand side. That lets you know that the suspects are now leaving. And you can see their vehicle pulling away right now, okay? Now during a pursuit, what you can do is push in your right joystick, and this can all be changed too, okay? And it's already in pursuit mode, so you can go ahead and select one of these options, okay? So if we hit that 3 times, we're going to have 3 local units helping us in this chase, okay? So you can see they start showing up on your map, and here they come, and they're going to join you in the pursuit.
What the fuck?
I don't think that was a good idea. So we block him in,
Suspect is on foot.
and he's got a gun.
Suspect is on foot. Come in, dispatch. Suspect is in a car.
I've got you covered.
Okay, so you got one guy that's getting away, and they'll go and they'll take care of him. Once you wrap up the call, it'll cancel the call for you.
Suspect in a car.
And you stole a car, so alright, let's go stop him real quick. We're gonna go stop this guy. And your officers will get back in their vehicle while he's flying. There he is right there.
This
Come
is Eagle
on.
6. Suspect is northbound.
Alright, we got his tires. So, usually if you shoot out their tires, and we're not going to play around with this guy because alright, so they're all dead. The call has ended. Okay. Now, let's say, I'm sorry, I just want to kill him. Just want to, you know, I don't want to be here for 2 hours showing you guys how to play. So, let's say this guy here ran a red light. Okay. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get behind the suspect. You're going to want to hit your left shift key. Okay. That's going to light up the vehicle. It's going to blip him on the map. You can see he's now a red circle. Okay. What you're going to do is you're just going to turn your sirens on, and you'll hear a little whelp from your siren. That's telling the guy to pull over. Okay. And usually they're real good about giving you messages in the top left corner of your game. Okay. So we're going to wait for this guy to get the green light, and then he's going to go ahead and he's going to pull up, and he's going to find a place to pull over. And we're going to go right behind him. And it tells you when he stopped, okay? Now, if you had Police Smart Radio, Grammar Police, Vocal Dispatch, this is where you could run the plate number and all that other good stuff. So let's get out of the vehicle, and you're going to walk up to the window and hit right on your D-pad. And that's going to give you some options. You know, you can ask for ID. And if you hear me, says Kiflam, and I do have a tutorial on how to get rid of that too. And then, you know, if you're all set, you want to let them go to the warning, you tell them, you go through all that spiel, and just hit your left shift key again, and that'll cancel your stop. I mean, that is, you know, you got to play with it, guys. Like I said, you got all your settings. You got your vehicle. You could always have your engine on. Yeah, see, those are the automatic calls. And like I said, you're going to get bored with these same calls because LSPDFR doesn't have many callouts. So watch some of the tutorials out there. I got a lot of them that show you different callouts and different things to install into your game to make it a lot more better, guys. Okay. I really hope this tutorial helped you. Welcome to the LSPDFR community. I know it was a rather lengthy tutorial, but I like to be thorough, and I like to make sure you know exactly what you're doing, folks. Another reminder, please back up your file before installing any LSPDFR mod or the game itself into your Grand Theft Auto folder. Back it up. As usual, guys, Jeffrey Gamer is not responsible for your game files. All mods in this tutorial have been tested and work properly. I strongly advise you back up your files as shown in this video in case you make any mistakes. I also advise you watch the full video before installing any mods. Alright guys, so again, hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to the community. You're going to absolutely love this mod. Thank you, Criminal Justice, for, you know, finally getting me on my ass to get out and make this tutorial. Now go to my LSPDFR playlist, tutorial playlist, my GTA 5 tutorial playlist, and start putting some great shit into your game. Follow the tutorials step by step and test them out. And if you don't like them, like I said, you can always revert back to a backed up file. Okay, guys, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, follow the rules, and obey the law. Your boy Jeffrey Gamer's out. Peace.